it going?
It's going.
It is. It certainly is. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Good enough. I got sick the day before, so I just stayed home all day.
I'm right there with you. I understand. That happens sometimes. Perfect timing, right? Let's see here. I guess we're doing this D&D game this evening. Did you see the big data dump of E's?
Not really.
Let's see.
Glanced over it, but
The important things that, as pertains to you, is that he wanted you to pick out a. Let me see. Where does it say? Blah 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 blah. Hey, see, I'm trying to find where he put in what he wanted magic wise for the new characters.
You want everybody to pick out one magic weapon, and you could have one other item of some sort. I think.
Yeah, there it is. A +1 weapon and 2 common magic items.
Yeah.
Or 1 uncommon magic item. So that'll be pertinent to you, Logan. So you can turn that big sword of yours into a +1 magic weapon, just as a freebie. And then figure out if you want, something else that might be useful. And howdy, Nev, how goes?
Not bad. How are y'all today?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you avoided Thanksgiving. How are you doing?
Still not quite human, but a lot better than I was Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday in particular. But yeah, see, you were spot on. The T-Day leftovers lasted about 3 days. So,
Howdy, y'all.
hey, Chris, and howdy, E.
Wait a minute. Are you counting Thanksgiving as day one?
Yes,
Okay.
because by the time they were leftovers, by the time C brought them to me. But rather than inflict myself upon the group, C here was gracious enough to bring some of those leftovers by here. Yeah, they lasted about 3 days.
Did he stand out on your sidewalk with a 10-foot pole and a basket on the end? Has he?
He did
raised it
stand
to
on the
your
sidewalk, but that was only because I was on the porch. So yeah.
I did keep a 6-foot distance. I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Howdy.
And, hello, Stephen.
little individually wrapped pieces of leftovers down the sidewalk to a big cardboard box tipped up on one end with a stick under it.
I knew there was something suspicious about that stick.
There's much more than that. That would have worked if we were trying on a battalion level, but there were a lot.
Yeah.
Like cartoons, big mouths, a lot of cheese.
Yeah, a lot of cheese. And how did Joan?
Hello.
Well, how were y'all's Thanksgivings?
Pretty good. We kind of kept it low key this year and just kind of chilled out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Our leftovers have survived a little longer than yours. We're still eating duck, so
Pie.
And Neff, did you do anything particular on T-Day?
I had a Stouffer's turkey TV dinner. It was great. That was about
Yep.
all I did, though.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I watched the first 2 episodes of Wednesday. It's pretty clever. I really enjoy it.
Is that a new Wednesday? God,
Yes.
haven't
very,
they
very
done
new.
various?
Came
Okay.
out on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very new.
I just finished it today. It's been really good.
See, he has good taste, apparently. I just got to say, there's lots of great nods and nostalgia stuff in it, right? And they give some of the nostalgia stuff meaning. It's great. Yeah.
Logan, you burned through that series pretty quick.
Had nothing to do today.
Neff here has that ability as well. It's really kind of boggled me.
It depends. I mean, some of them come out with 6 episodes that are 30 minutes each. That's not hard to do. It's
I don't know. I get into something like that, and unless it really has my interest, then I nod off.
I'm
Okay.
a very task-oriented person. If I have a checklist, I have to proceed down the list. Episode 1, okay. Episode 2 now, okay. Like that.
Check, 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 check. Got it. That makes sense now. That actually does. This is not a TV series, but books. I think Thomas is. It's so fun to poke fun at Thomas without him here, but he's kind of infamous for reading these long fantasy decologies. He starts with book 1, and then when book 2 comes out, he reads book 1 and then book 2. Then when book 3 comes out, he reads book 1, book 2, book 3, then book 4, book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. In this factor progression, and it's okay.
I admire the dedication, but for me, that
I'm
book 1's
guilty
already
of
checked
that.
off.
It took a really long time to read the last Robert Jordan book.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you tried to go back and read the entire Wheel of Time series, that would take a minute.
It would take a minute. Yeah.
Now, when Brandon Sanderson came out with the capstone or whatever, I did listen to all the Robert Jordan because it had been so long between the two. I couldn't remember half of what was going on.
And I get that. If you haven't touched the series in like a decade or two, then yeah. But I admire the patience and dedication that it takes to do that, have that reading habit. I just don't think I could pull that off.
Well, Jordan had so many floating plot points that poor Sanderson, when he took over the series, he said, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do one book because I got things to get back to. And he started writing, and he comes back and he says, okay, this is going to be 3 books and they're going to be about 1,200 pages long. And even then they were plot, 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 plot. It was not, 12 pages of Robert Jordan describing what the San Chen shoes look like.
Except why? Okay, move on to the next plot. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's been any series that I did that with. And it's even less likely now, because I use audiobooks all the time, because it is at one time a convenience, but it also takes far longer to get through a book as an audiobook than it does just reading it. So there you are. But I can only imagine, let's see, a book the size of one of the Wheel of Time books might be a 30-hour, 40-hour read.
Oh yeah, easily.
In audio format. That times 10,
You can speed up playback.
I don't want chipmunks reading my book, although that would be amusing.
Alvin reads the best of Edgar Allan Poe.
Nevermore.
Rosebud. I have that voice changer thing. That'd be kind of amusing.
Oh, what game is on the docket tonight?
It is E's game.
Yeah, I was curious and looked it up. Towers of Midnight is 41 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a game called Solasta, which is pretty much D&D. I guess they got licensed to use the Wizards of the Coast rules for D&D. And it's a really good, faithful interpretation of 5e D&D on a nice multiplayer co-op, 4 people in the party game. I'd really recommend it to y'all if y'all like that kind of thing. Solasta.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of it.
Like I remade Nighthawks in that game. And it's very faithful to the way I play in this one, He stays back. He's always perfectly healthy. Everybody else is almost dead. I was a little shocked it wasn't more popular because it's so good. And like, if you know 5e rules, you know how to play the game. It's crazy. You know, it's like, oh, okay.
I might take a look at that.
It happened to be on sale. Or is it new enough that it's not one of those that
It appears to be on sale.
What's it called?
let's see. Solasta, Crown of the Magister and expansions. And it's on sale, yeah, big time.
I thought I just never heard of it, but I was seeing someone streaming playing it, and they were casting spells that were the names of these spells in D&D. I'm like, wait a minute, how can they do that? That sounds like just plain old, plagiarism. Then I read up on
They're
it.
using this.
Yeah, they
They're
had
using the SRD.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, okay, they're doing it the right way.
Well, all right. This is timely because I got interested in another like Baldur's Gate-ish sort of game, that Pillars of Eternity, and then didn't realize it was something I really wanted to do. So yeah, let the sale roll. Ah, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Looks like it has a custom dungeon designer too, so you can make your own dungeons and run us through it.
And hello, Mr. Peg. How goes?
Howdy, doing good.
Hang on, got a cat's rearranging himself. Okay, bud. So how was Thanksgiving in your neck of the woods?
It was pretty good. Me and Lindsay hosted for my parents, so Lindsay did pretty much almost all the cooking. And we didn't know how Thanksgiving would go because my mother is dealing with a very aggressive autoimmune disease that's basically making it almost impossible for her to walk without a walker. So it was one of those, we didn't know it was going to be a success or just a horrible failure. So luckily it went well. She had a good time. She's been in her house, man, 2 months basically. She can't come into work. She's working from home. She can't leave because she can't make it up steps without assistance. So it's just one of those. It was good to get her out, see the grandkids, just not worry about anything except eating. So that was how our Thanksgiving went.
Well, I'm glad you had the opportunity to get out and visit with family then.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just agreeing with you.
I've heard of, I'm trying to remember the name of it, DR. I remember the abbreviation. Autoimmune disease that attacks muscles.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, and she's been very discouraged because she can't get a single doctor to say what it is or what it isn't. I think coming up, she's got an appointment at Vanderbilt, which I think we're looking forward to because it sounds like this guy knows what it very well could be.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do a quick check and verify for us.
Well, as you've discovered, autoimmune diseases are very difficult to diagnose because there's overlapping symptoms and there's all this crap that goes into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm best luck. And it may be even so years before it's nailed down. But in the meantime, because there's some similarities, the medications for it, they can begin to attack it, the symptoms anyway. But
yeah. That's been our bit of family drama. It's just trying to figure that one out. But we have high hopes. We hope that we can figure it out and nail it before it. I mean, it's been pretty aggressive so far, so we're hoping we can figure it out before it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
So does everybody remember where we parked?
Not a clue.
Back up top.
As long as we just figured out the one little floor puzzle.
I've figured out the floor puzzle. Matt is now possessed by Bunny.
See. I think the last thing we needed to accomplish here was that last eye for the mirror down here.
Yes.
And so we were kind of crawling around looking for where it might be. That floating golden skeleton or skull that's following poor Logan around. You know, talk to it and say, convince me that this eye is not embedded in you and that I shouldn't smash you open to get at it. You have to try really hard. Because I'm okay if I'm wrong.
Y'all should know where it is. It's in the riddles. I mean, am I in the riddles? No, I'm not in the riddles. I was important enough to be in the riddles.
That's just deflection. Come here. Anybody got a hammer?
Brenner does. Where are y'all?
We're probably contemplating the mirror, but he gave us a bit of a clue there, even so. Oh, where's the silly thing? Still going to wield that hammer over his head. Come here, you.
Yeah, if I can find you, I'll equip my maul, and so I love smashing things.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, here we are. I found it.
Okay, walk through water. We found some in the water room already, off to the right. With weapon in hand, well, it's like your shadow with a font. We found one in that pot after we killed the shadow sitting on it,
No, we
right?
didn't.
No, you didn't.
I thought we found one in that room.
We
No,
didn't.
you didn't.
No, we found one in the room, the shadow room.
No, you didn't.
Oh, we did. We defeated
Nope.
the shadow.
There was no eye in there.
The door's closed again. I just noticed Bruno's back there.
Well, so that's one possible location. The vulture is the first step. Did we find one in that room with all the stuff on the floor?
The dancing
about the-
puzzle.
Mm.
No, we didn't.
That was the crypt, though.
Right the gods, I think, is the twisting the god statues to get the clay golem out. We got those.
Mm-hmm.
The walls of history tell all. I don't think we got anything related to that.
Well, no, but we did smash up that head pretty good. So is there the remains of an eye in there?
Are you actually going to try to smash the golden floating skull?
No. I meant the boar's head. The
Oh,
walls of history tell all.
no, there was not an eye in there.
Okay.
You
And that's where
you think that was what the walls of history was?
yeah, because that it was 3 consecutive tapestries that depicted different points in time. Walls of history.
Fair. What the heck was
All right.
the shelves on the right side?
Pardon? Which shelves?
It's like the first room we went into. It had these shelves on the right side that had a bunch of knickknacks on them.
Those were the offerings for the big behemoth thing that's possessing our fighter. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the deal with the Slaker shadow? So if we were to go back up there and kind of look at it in a new light, you didn't muck around in the thing and didn't find anything. So let's see. Let's see how the dice are going to treat us tonight. Kind of meh. So search that room as thoroughly as possible.
All right. Want me to see here. Get you over there.
Is our Djinn friend still with us?
Yes,
Very
she
patient,
is.
she is.
Did she have Find the Path as one of her spells?
Let's find out. No, not the token settings.
Carrot's gonna stay close to Matthew.
She does not have Find the Path.
Hey, any of you new people have Find the Path? Sense object? Something like that?
Afraid not. Not really my forte.
Okay, so up here, so you're gonna go back in the room there, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we close hold on. The door, we left it open. Was that your point?
Yes, the door has closed on its own.
Oh, okay. Go get that. Go get the rest of the rabble. This was pretty hard on Ashlyn last time we did this.
There, that's everyone in close proximity in any case. Y'all can move everybody out around as you see fit.
From what y'all told Nighthawks about it, it sounded like as soon as you turned around and the face of the creature
Mm-hmm.
saw
So as
you.
long as whoever creates it doesn't turn around, then it's reasonably safe.
Seems
If it
that way.
behaves the same way, round 2. So where did?
Hey guys, we're good.
What'd you say? Turn around, huh? I feel confident in letting y'all try this.
Not it.
Well, Filigree's player doesn't remember, but does Filigree remember how we got this door open last time? Because I'm sure I was involved in it in some
we
way.
just opened the door. I don't think
Yeah,
there
it
was
was not
anything
locked.
special about it. Yeah. So where did ye of the flaming sword or ye of the bagpipes? Somebody that hits things.
Right here behind you. Where you
Okay,
want me?
right.
We're queued.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to cast protection from evil on you, so that you're immune to the fear effect. I'm going to open the door and with my eyes closed, and you look in and tell me what you see.
I want
Alright.
to get out of the way.
Yeah, you probably want to get out of the way.
You see what looks like the backside of the druid standing about 5 feet past the font.
Okay, so if I take a step back without turning around,
It
Let me-
passes backwards through the font.
but does it ever? It stands on top of the font, right?
Well, it's
And this-
standing right at the font.
Okay, and we assumed that Slaker's shadow at the font might kill it on top of the font. All right, there, Carrick. Well, why don't you go poke it?
That's what y'all did last time.
Why
I
don't
know.
y'all sit down, see if it'll sit in the pot.
Okay, why not? Yeah.
Okay, it sits down. So if you've backed up as far as you can, it is actually it's not in the pot. It's behind the, but it's in the same square. It's standing at the pot, like you'd be standing at, say, a sink.
Oh, drink something, Carrot.
What do you want me to drink?
Don't care what
But
you
whenever
drink.
he sits down, it sits down.
You've got that nice jug of mayonnaise, don't you?
Yeah, he'll pop a wineskin.
Okay, when Carrick drinks some of the wineskin, nothing happens.
Fill your hands up like you're drinking out of a pot in front of you. Pantomime.
A pantomime.
Carrick is doing this.
Yes.
Okay, nothing particularly happens. It's still sitting there like Matsu is.
We're gonna have Matsu do that.
Oh, I thought Carrick was the one. Never mind.
Oh, here,
what
give me
you-
the wine. I could use a drink.
Huh.
It looks like it's drinking from a wineskin.
Interesting.
Do the second thing.
All right, do the second thing. And I sure.
Okay, it bends over and starts slurping at the hold on just a second.
The next thing is I'm going to hand you a dagger and ask you to stab yourself in the leg.
No. Nice try.
Don't be so hasty. Just think about it.
I have a healing potion right here just for you.
It's a
I am the
small
healer.
dagger.
I don't need a healing potion.
Small dagger. It won't hurt much.
Carrick, from where you can see the green soup like goop slowly draining out of the font as it's slurped up by the shadow.
What did it do last time?
It did exactly what Filigree did, and when Filigree turned around, the people who saw it got to make saving throws, and then y'all blasted the snot out of it.
All right. Well, let's continue to drain the thing.
All right. You drain the thing. It takes 8 rounds,
Okay. We're patient.
and a 1-inch incandescent orange crystal appears at the bottom of the font.
See, the inconsistency here is I thought we searched that font, but we'll roll with this.
Yes, you did search it. It wasn't there until you drank the
Did
thing
this.
out.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Carrick, would you get rid of that thing and get that thing?
Just step forward and he can grab it and we'll close the door on it.
No, it'll follow us. That's what it did before.
I don't remember it
But-
following us.
So this is what I mean. If I step forward to here, it goes through the wall.
Sure.
Yes.
That's what happened last time, and that's when Filigree turned around and all hell broke loose. So I'll back up. By the way, while I'm here, go get the crystal.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, somebody's got it. No, I back up here, and it's well, whatever, and it comes back. Now go kill that thing. Just poke it. Didn't take much.
Okay, both those hit. Actually, the second one doesn't hit. There's nothing left after the first one.
Yay. Okay, well, let's go back down to the thing and. Oh, hello, people hiding around the corner. Come on, we're done.
I was leaning around the corner yelling things at you this whole time.
Yeah, leaning, hiding, same thing.
And I'm presuming y'all have the water curtain thing down with the tridents.
Yeah.
Everything, so.
Or at least our workaround, whatever we had to do to get through there. Okay. So back to the mirror. So the mirror has a bunch of indentations. What happened the last time somebody played with an inappropriate number of eyes?
Well, as the eyes were inserted, they lit up, and the reflected people in the mirror started looking a little bit disheveled. They felt fine. And in fact, when they looked at each other, they looked fine. It was just their reflection in the mirror looked
Not so good.
not unhealthy.
Well, we don't need to have everybody in there doing this. So who's going to do it?
What needs to be done?
Let's put the eyes in the mirror.
What do I roll to put the eyes in the mirror? How about
You don't have to roll anything to put the eyes in the mirror. There are 10 eyes. There are 10 slots. Each time you put an eye in a slot, it lights up. You get less and less healthy looking as you do things. It starts looking like you've had teeth fall out, hair fall out, your skin turns gray, tightens up against your skull, etc. But there's no physical effect to you. It's just the reflection.
You'll be fine. You don't need your reflection.
You keep doing. Let's say we're at 8. Do you keep going?
Nope.
All right, give them to me.
Put them in there. We'll feed you really soft food if your teeth fall out.
All right, he'll do it before he won't hand them off to anybody else. He'll do them before he does that.
All right. And when you put the 10th one in, the mirror, there's a flash. The mirror now reflects the corridor. You're not standing there. Oh, we left Eldred behind.
He's the only one with sense in the bunch. He probably found a really big corner to stand behind. There you go.
Sorry, I thought everybody was here before. And the vault door grinds upward, revealing a domed, candlelit room 50 feet high. Polished marble floor is so perfectly reflective that it creates the illusion of standing at the entrance to a sphere. 9 alcoves are filled with glittering treasure, open along the walls. In the middle of the chamber, a large spherical object hovers under a black silk drape 20 feet above the floor.
Still alive, Carrot?
Carrick, Kubazan
Yes.
is urging you. He said, attack it now. Don't give it a chance to react.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Yeah, he's still alive. Well. Okay, I guess we don't have
Oh,
a.
hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need to take the door out of the way so you can see.
Okay. So I guess our mold is in here as well.
The mold is in here as well. The floor is very slick,
Okay.
as in polished, smooth.
What does the background music sound like?
Organ or yeah.
Get down, get down.
I was expecting boss music as all.
Hmm. Okay. Hold on a second.
That's one hell of a mirror.
I'll find the right thing for this. I think it's this one. Yep. Don't need that.
Hold on just a second. I need to do something here. I'll move you to the side here, Filigree. Carrick,
Yes.
the flame on your sword goes out.
Step back. Does it change?
It didn't go out when you first stepped in.
Ah.
And stepping out does not make any change. It is still out. It is still out.
You see character sheathing and resheathing his sword.
You're trying to turn it off and back on again?
Yes, yes.
Carrick, I don't want to alarm you or anything, but someone has snuffed your candle.
Now it is still well lit in here. I said there's candles all along the walls.
Does anybody else have a magic item that has an obvious effect that we can know that it has been drained or turned off? Because many of us have actually walked in here at this point.
I have that staff of the python.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they-
Nidox casts dancing lights, apparently. Or
Did it
tries
work?
to.
I tried to
It
cast.
didn't.
Okay, well,
And how about your staff of the python?
so I activate the staff and see what happens. Does it just stay
No,
a
you don't.
staff?
It stays a staff.
Okay.
And I try to wild shape into a giant eagle. Is that happening?
Let's see, wild shape.
I would like to make an intelligence check.
On by a vowel.
Docs, make an intelligence. That's a pretty decent intelligence check. What are you intelligence checking about?
Based on my background, let me see. And that I speak Abyssal and Infernal, and I know what the eyes looked like when they attacked us earlier. I'm going to say spread out, guys. And I'll take my own advice.
Okay.
And charge into the room and swing to the right.
All right. Before we do that, hold on a second. Garrett. Go back to where you were. I think you know the drill.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dang it. I missed it by one turn of going, this is a good time for Filigree to put up the hood on his brand new cloak, but I'll do that next go around.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I couldn't remember how to roll it.
And possibly before this combat actually, or whatever it is, begins, I had tried to wild shape.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me check exactly. Magically as soon as you. Okay, no, you are unable to wild shape.
Okay.
Orbeck says, "Who turned out the lights?" Callista, you heard Dentox say, "Charge."
Spread out.
which is very unusual for him for what you've seen so far.
Spread out was the key.
Spread out.
All right. Let me. Well, first of all, I can't even see in the room, so I probably need to get a little closer.
Moving past someone they're difficult terrain,
Okay.
so it takes 2 squares of movement to move past someone.
Okay. How do the squares translate as far as your speed?
They're 5 feet.
5 feet. Okay.
I'd say that moving past everyone except for Filigree. Filigree does not count as rough terrain because he's a size class smaller.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get past everyone.
You spend your action, you can get another 30 feet of movement, but then you wouldn't be able
Okay.
to do anything when you got there.
Right. I'm
you
going
might
to
be-
sit here a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
let them get out of the way.
All right. Nidox.
Charge. Yes.
Charge and spread out. Spread out.
5, 30, 35, 40. That is moving a dash.
Yes.
Kind of shove the druid a little roughly as I rush past her.
Okay. End of your turn.
That, palm on the cheek.
Let's see here. Whoops. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
I refute.
Well, that's not good enough. That's also not the guy you're dealing with. Okay. You don't know why you were so alarmed. You don't think there's anything dangerous in here. There's got to be something. I mean, if there's anything in here, it's got to be friendly.
I slow down, look around. Looks clear.
Brunner.
I'll move up to let people move in. And I'll pick up the staff after put it back in my pack. And I have my glaive out and I'll be readying in action.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, something else happened that is of note. Elred, your skeleton, your skull that's been insulting you this entire time, it collapses. It falls to the ground, inert.
Hey, Nidox is right. It is friendly in here.
Okay. Venrus, make a dex save. Venrus, make a dex save, please. By the way, y'all are all at full health at this point because y'all had taken a long rest at some point before you got into the room, and you didn't take any damage into the room. So, Venrus, you take 49 points of damage.
Ow.
What kind of damage?
Force damage. But it appears a ray comes from above the orb. Not the orb with the cloth over it, but above it. In empty space. It is good enough for you to take a shot at it with your bow.
All right.
And that's good enough to hit. Because I guess you want to keep shooting as much as you get to shoot.
All right.
Is it 2 shots you get?
Yeah, I'll get one more. Okay.
And that's also a hit. All right. Filigree.
Okay. Filigree has gotten the sense that it is really not any point in him trying to put his cloak up at this point. So, I am going to sneak to right there and just kind of leave it at that.
Okay. Matt.
Well, we've had Nidox and Venrus hit by something. Did we see a beam hit Nidox?
You did not see a beam hit Nidox.
I only saw the one, and it came from above the sphere. Huh?
Yes.
And okay, so this cloth that's covering the sphere.
Significantly above the sphere, like 10 feet above the sphere. But
How
yes,
far
there is
down?
cloth covering the sphere.
how far down does that cloth go, drape? Is it something
The
that can be reached?
sphere
Or
is about
sphere itself is
sphere
20
is
feet off the ground, you said.
is 20 feet off the ground. The cloth comes down to about 8 or 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And as something would drape, there is a space beneath it where you could look up and see what that sphere is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not having much else to do. Go up there. I want to see what that sphere looks like.
Okay, underneath the cloth drape, you can see what appears to be the bottom of a. You see a metallic, the bottom of a metallic spheroid. You can't see what's on top of it, but it looks like it's just a metal sphere.
Is there a pedestal here in the middle?
No,
Okay, that's
it
just
is
showing the sphere.
floating in midair.
Okay.
Don't go, Carrick. There's somebody going before you. Let's see.
With a staff, which is non-magical, knock the drape off, or at least begin knocking it off.
Okay. Well, you're about to have help. You start knocking it off, and then suddenly the drape is whisked off to land, say, over here. We'll put a marker for that. Let's see. You're not. Bruner, you are wearing metal armor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Bruner, you fall up.
Everyone just
That's
hears Bruno.
unfortunate.
Everyone just hears Bruno go. "Zzzz."
Well, not up. You fall at an angle. Straight towards the sphere. Carrick,
I'm
straight towards the sphere.
so I'm gonna hold my glaive in front of me.
Make an attack of opportunity. Make an attack action as you hit the sphere.
Pointing in which way?
You actually don't need to roll to hit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it somehow.
Okay. I need to keep track here.
And the whole time I'm like, wow, this seems oddly familiar.
Does he get to choose? No, he does not. So, Bruner and Carrick, please both make dex saves. Okay, Bruner, you're fine. Or no, you may not be fine.
Carrick is going to re-roll that.
Oh yeah, you probably want to. Okay, that's good.
Indomitable.
Okay. Neither of you take anything effect. So, Carrick, you feel yourself stiffen up slightly as you're for a second as you're pulled into the. You slam into the sphere. Carrick, it is your turn. You are stuck to the sphere, 20 feet off the ground.
Closer to the target, though, and you have a pole arm. If you could pry it up.
You know, Bruner has the polearm. Carrick has the sword.
Oh, okay. Oh well. You can taunt it.
He's going to fish through his bag and grab a couple of hand axes. How long does that take?
Not long. So let's say it'll take your action for this round. Just out of curiosity, what's your intent with these? There?
Oh, he's going to throw him at the space above the sphere.
Okay. In that case, sure, you can go ahead and do that. Make your attacks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh. You've got 20. All right. You got one hit. Both of the axes, the one that missed and the one that hit, the one that misses curves back like a boomerang and then slams into the sphere. And the other one falls back off of whatever you hit and slams into the sphere.
Start removing my armor.
Blimey, he's naked.
Before you stuck it back in its sheath, your sword flame came back on as you flew up towards.
Okay.
You got pulled out of the cone. All right.
The animagic is a kind of
I do think that we all noticed the sword thing, though.
Yes.
Hmm.
Eldred, you never rolled initiative.
Again, he was the only one of us that had any sense. He didn't come in here.
I thought I did.
You have to select your icon before you roll initiative for it to end up on the tracker.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Give him an 18.18.
Or 20.18.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a chance to go ahead and go now out of turn, and then we'll reset everything. And hold on a second. Yeah, go ahead and go. I sort.
are things attaching themselves to the outside of the sphere?
Hmm?
Things are attaching themselves to the outside of the sphere?
Yes. By their metal bits.
Gonna start rolling up galaxies?
If only the sphere was actually moving.
Carrick is, yeah, isn't going to. Is there any way to move anyway on this thing, up or down?
I'll say when you get your, you can get a little bit of purchase to move a little bit, but not much.
So instead of doing something silly like taking his armor off, he's going to toss rope around to people.
I think we all applaud the not taking your armor off, Carrot. Don't mistake this for throwing money at you. The money's throwing itself.
Boy, he lost one set of armor. You should have seen it. It was pretty. Adamantine dwarf, about a pound of rust.
It only takes 5 minutes to get out of heavy armor.
Only?
Only.
Well, that's lucky for us. He should have gotten one boot off by the time this encounter's over, so we won't have to see too much. Don't really want to see Carrick in his long johns if it's quite possible to do something else.
Okay. Orbex will hold his action. Let Callista go first.
All right. Well, I'm at least going to move closer into the room. All right. And I believe that's all I'm going to do right now. Oops. Sorry.
You sense we're in danger.
I like that. The ranger's on the ground yelling in pain, and two people are floating through the air, smashing into a worm. She's like, I sense danger.
Let's see. Let me throw those.
Anybody see?
Oh, wonderful. That wasn't the beholder, by the way.
Does anybody see a switch?
Orvex gets thrown halfway across the room.
That's unfortunate.
Now you really sense danger.
That time the beam came from low to the ground over here. Eldred. And you hear something built out in a booming voice. Does anybody here speak Undercommon?
Not a.
Nope.
Runner does.
You are no match for Beltor's the Unseen's terrible eye rays.
I repeat that to everyone. It's like, apparently his name's Beltor and he's using eye rays.
That sounds like a kind of financial derivative. It's probably very shady.
So what do I need to do?
You
Find
have
him
an
and stab
idea
him in
of
the
where
eyes.
this thing is. You'll have you would need to move across the room to this area. And you would attack at disadvantage.
How do I add a disadvantage?
Just roll your normal roll. You'll get two choices. Take the lower number.
Yeah. Okay, so the 9 misses. And you get multiple attacks, so you can attack again. Wow, that hits. All right. Okay, so it will take its second legendary action. Let's see here. Let's already use that as a legendary action. I said it's already used that as a legendary action.
Add one every time you roll.
It took care of it. It just flipped it.
Crazy.
Make me a Elred, make me a dexterity save. Oh, that's good enough. If you take any damage on a failed, you do not take any damage on a failed save. Nidox, you don't know what all the fuss is about. Everybody else is running around. There's beams shooting through the sky, and
Yeah, I know how I feel about seeing these other people get hurt and thrown around. But what about when I see my good friend Orvex get thrown through the ground?
Oh, we'll make another will save.
I will not.
Okay.
I guess Orvex is just playing around. He's silly like that sometimes.
Brunner, you are stuck to the sphere. You cannot get the helm, the head of your glaive off. It is stuck firmly as well. The good news is it scratched it.
Good to know. Let's
You
see.
figure if you could get the thing off and keep whacking it, you might be able to do something, do some damage to it.
Might have a solution. I'm gonna take a longsword and try and hit the thing, and try and use that to pry the glaive off.
Okay, roll to see if you crit. If you can't miss with a metal weapon. But that's not a crit, so okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. Hey, Nidox, you do see a couple of your friends are stuck to that sphere up.
Well, traveling companions, sure.
Traveling companions, yes. Let's see. Sure, Brunner, make me a strength check. That's not good enough. You're not able to prize off that. You're not able to prize off is yours a glaive or a halberd or a?
That's a glaive.
You're not able to prize your glaive off, and now the sword's stuck too.
It's all right. I have more where that came from.
Venrus, both those hit. So he's there. He's there. Callista,
Yes.
make a wisdom save.
Right. As soon as I remember how.
There's a little box. It says saving throws. It's right to the right of where your stats are at the top of the column.
I don't think that's going to make whatever it is.
No, it's not. Everyone. Callista snores when she's asleep. Callista collapses to the ground, asleep. Filigree.
Okay, now that I have seen that sword flame back on, I am going to go ahead and pull my helmet up, or my hood up, and go right there. I'm going to move quite slowly and hopefully quite not being seen.
So you're trying to sneak.
I am trying to sneak, and I'm pulling the hood on my Cloak of Elvenkind up.
Okay, make a sneak check.
Hope that it will actually work. Okay.
Okay, you've got a 26.
Nope. Nobody see me. I'm fighting a thing with like 50 eyes, so it's a little bit difficult to sneak.
No.
Okay.
The minute I needed to buy a damn healing potion, he disappears. Damn it.
Yeah, well, that's. See, it was too bad that this hood thing fell off of the sphere, because I had a way to get that off. All of my potions are quite flammable. It's one of those secondary effects of it. It could be a healing potion or a Molotov cocktail. It just depends on what you need it for.
Matt.
Did Carrick throw a rope down or somebody?
He did.
I thought you were busy throwing axes at the thing.
Well, he's in the process of throwing a rope down. He can't right this moment, but he will as soon as he gets a chance. You see him getting the rope out.
Okay, well, I'll just tap my foot impatiently. Come on. I'll hold my action until the rope shows up.
Okay.
Does he do the magician chick and pull the rope out of his pocket a little bit at a time?
Let's see that.
Instead of a rope, it's like a series of colored handkerchiefs. Here you go. Climb that.
Okay. Don't go, Carrick. There's somebody else going first. Well, that'll be fun.
It's never good when the DM says that.
56 defeated foe. Okay. Yeah. All right. Gonna go. He's going to do turn that off. Oh, I was going to use that. So, Elrid, make a wisdom save. You're making it an advantage. It should automatically do it. Oh, good.
Can still attack from here, right?
Huh?
I can still attack from here, right?
Well, you could if it was your turn to attack, but it's not. So.
I'm sorry, did you say it was my turn?
No.
No, okay. All right.
Well, hey, he's already shot him.
You're not being mean to Orvex, are you?
Yes, I'm being mean to Orvex.
Bad DM.
The shroud lifts up, covers the sphere again. Everything stuck to the sphere falls 20 feet.
Ouch.
Once again, you hear Runner go, shit.
Brunner and Carrick, you both take 8 points of damage.
A quick question. Orvex wasn't on the sphere, right? He was thrown for other reasons and is on the ground.
Yeah, he
near
was
it.
thrown for other reasons.
Gotcha.
He just got zapped.
But he's like a tank, right? He's fine.
No, he's got, you know, you can't give exact numbers and everything, but let's just say on a scale of, let's say 1 to 48, he's a 6.
Ouch.
Now you can go, Carrick. You are prone right now.
Hands the rope up to the druid. Here.
Carrick's gonna stand up, step back, draw his bow, and attempt to shoot the space up there that's launching attacks at us. No, not disadvantage. Normal.
Actually, it's the target is invisible, so it is a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll be aiming at the spot he shot Orvex from. That's the last beam that went out. Unless you're shooting at the sphere itself.
Well, that was a pretty good roll. I shouldn't allow this, but he did. He got a pretty good roll. The beholder actually moved after he did his last action, but I'll allow it.
Well, if he moved in the direction of the arrow's flight, that makes sense.
He did not.
Ah, but it's a crooked arrow.
So you let loose and just you let loose one loose, and it just goes kind of way off kilter, and you see it hit something.
How high up off the floor is it?
It is currently about 20 feet up, roughly here.
I'll take my action now that all that happened.
Okay.
So druid rolls her eyes, grabs a rope that she's carrying, steps up on Brunner. Sorry, Brunner. I need a footstool. And ties the rope around the bottom of the drape so that it cannot be removed. It's an inverted bag now.
Okay.
And then I'll step off Brunner. Again, sorry.
Okay, it's Orvex. Orvex is hurt very badly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. He's out of his league. He knows it. His little crossbow is not going to do anything.
Smart guy, that.
Actually, no, he's not quite going to do that. No. 5, 6. He kicks Callista.
That wasn't very nice.
You're awake now.
You were having such a nice dream, too.
He didn't have time to be, gentle about it.
Very rude.
Okay, Callista.
All right. They fell down, apparently.
Yes. The sphere now has a drape around it, and it's got a rope tied around the bottom.
Kick him back. He's owed it.
And I can't see anything I can attack, do I?
No, the target is still invisible, and it moved. You have no real clue where it is right now.
Okay.
There are a lot of things you can attack. There's just not very many things you should attack.
Then I will
could
hold
hold your
my
action.
action. Yeah.
Okay. Who we like here? I can't decide. Bruner, roll a dex save. You take 54 damage.
Whee!
When that blast went off, Callista.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was still laying on the ground, so it's just like,
Where'd
Yeah,
that
that
green
hurt.
come from?
I don't know.
Callista, you could, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could reach it, and it would be low enough you could hit it with your glaive.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good plan. And I think raging is probably a good idea too.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be good.
So I need to be
You would like to rage.
Somebody woke me up from a nap.
That's what happens when I get woken up too.
somewhere in there though.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure I'm in the right spot here.
Now you're still attacking with disadvantage because he's invisible.
Okay. All right. Seriously, dice.
Well, you get 2 attacks, so neither one of those is good enough to hit.
Yeah, dice hate me. It's apparently an ongoing thing.
Oh, you should have seen us. What does Mr. Torrell wish to do?
Just attack twice.
Okay, both those hit. It's a shame that wasn't a critical. The Dux.
Well, I look with concern in the direction Orvex ran off. He looked upset. I'm
Not
sure
good
he's
enough.
fine.
Brunner.
All right. Brunner's gonna collect his stuff from the ground and stand up. And he'll ready because he doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is something hurt him very badly.
8.
He does see where Callista's swinging.
You would see that. So you want
If
to go
Brun-
ahead and try to swing at what Callista's swinging at?
Yeah, if Brunner can see that, yeah, he'll do that.
Okay, roll to hit.
It's like, what is it? Is it a bee?
Yeah.
You hit once.
All right, and that'll end his turn.
Okay. Make a. Your legs start turning to stone.
Ah, crap! Not again. That's twice.
Fenris.
Same old, same old.
1 hit.
Like a no to both.
No, one of those hit. Let's see here. I did that.
If it works.
That. Eldred. Make me a dex saving throw. Ooh, barely made it. Filigree. You're not going to be able to reach whatever it is they're attacking up there.
That's okay. I'm still sneaking. So
Okay.
I'm going to just sneak on around here. And I would shoot an arrow at it, but I don't appear to have any. So,
We've had a long time to fix that.
That's true. Carrick had like hundreds.
If we could pick up a woodworking kit or make one, we can
You need the
make
wood to
arrows.
make them. There's not a lot of trees around here to make arrows from, but it's probably just as well. Matt.
I climbed the drape,
Okay.
trying to get out of this anti-magic field.
All right. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay.
I'll give it to you anyway. The field is a cone, and he can control whether it's on or off. And if he's targeting things with his the field he puts up affects his ability to target his eye rays. So, like right now, it's down. Carrick's sword is flaming, etc.
Okay, that's the prompt I needed. I didn't know that his sword was
I'm
flaming
sorry.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. In that case, the gloves are off. In the area I think the thing is.
Okay, the area you think that. Okay.
It's a pretty big AE spell, so I
Yes.
don't think I'm going to miss.
No, you're not going to miss.
Are you going to hit us though?
Yes.
I can target it above the ground.
This one time Filigree's really happy he's short. You just target it like 3.5 feet up. I'd be good.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's see. Where
And
are
also, there is nobody in this area. I believe this is about where he was last.
Yeah.
And there's nobody over there.
Well, you can't see them.
I had to move around to. Oh, I see. Yeah, there are people over there.
Yeah, technically that center thing shouldn't be blocking your view. It's just an oddity of the map.
Let me undo that then. Let's see. Lighting.
'Cause that center thing's technically up in the air, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's better.
I didn't know it was blocking the view.
I like that. He's like, there's nothing over there.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Right.
Looks clear.
17, you say.
Well, it's half damage if he saves, so you can go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 2d8 bludgeoning. 46 cold.
Okay, it's his turn. Okay. Let's see, Callista, you heard it. So did Venrus. Has heard it pretty bad. Venrus, yeah. So let's see. What do we got here? 4. All right. Callista, make me a dex saving throw.
A dex save, okay.
You are slowed. Your speed is halved. And you may take a bonus action or an action, but not both.
Lovely.
And Carrick, for your benefit, that ice storm should have shown you where it was, despite its invisibility.
Yes.
Aim for where the ice didn't go. That was the other reason for doing that. Everybody hit that.
You ready for me to go there?
Yeah, you can go ahead and, well, you had a, did you have a hold action? No, you didn't.
It's my turn.
No, it's not your turn. He's not showing up because I've got him on the GM layer because he's invisible.
Okay.
But he goes right before you.
Right.
And he just went. He slowed Callista.
He gets 3 attacks.
Okay, keep going.
He can decide not to attack if he wants to.
Okay. Venrus, make a wisdom save.
In this version of the game, as you do damage to a beholder, does it lose eyes, or is that a different version? Just out of character curiosity.
No, it's hydras that lose heads.
Okay, gotcha.
You have to have the Three Stooges advantage to make him lose an eye.
Oh, now this is hilarious. But yeah, Venrus, make a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Oh, you made it. So it doesn't matter. Else you would be frightened, which meant that you got disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you could see the target. That put the frightened effect on you. The invisible beholder. And one more. Matt, are you a half elf or an elf?
Half elf.
Okay.
And it's rude to ask.
I need to know. Actually, make me a wisdom save.
+9 on my wisdom saves.
Yeah, but you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. Now it's Carrick's turn.
Where is it?
Well, you saw it move out of the column of snow and ice and everything. It was heading in this direction. But it did that after it fired off its eye rays.
I don't have a better clear vision of where he is.
Unfortunately, no.
No blood coming down or anything?
There are spatters of ichor around, but you can't track it with those. that perception roll's not good enough to track where it went.
He's gonna jump and attack whatever's in this square right there.
Okay.
And then he's gonna attack this square right here.
Neither one of those would have been good enough to hit anyway. All right.
Making an athletics roll to make his landing.
Let's see. Orbex is out of the fight. Callista.
I'm going to currently hold my action. I don't know where it just wandered itself off to. Without a better idea, I'm not going to try to get to it.
Okay. All right. Well, he'll take his first legendary action. Callista, make dex save.
I want to trade these dice in.
You take 64 necrotic damage.
Ow.
No, what kind of barbarian is she? Does she get resistance to all damage or what?
Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
And that beam came from over the sphere.
Get down a minute, cat. Hold on a second.
You fight like flumps.
Since it did damage to me, I'm want to look at that hellish rebuke.
That's another thing. You can't take reactions. So
Okay. But what about my held action?
I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Technically, that's supposed to be a reaction, but I'll let you do that.
Oh. Well, it says you have to be able to see it, so maybe that won't work.
Yeah, you cannot see the target.
Okay. Oh well. Good thought.
Do you have any kind of ranged attack, like a throwing hatchet or anything?
I have some javelins.
That would be a good reaction since you were holding your action.
Well, we can try it.
Because you're attacking at disadvantage because it's invisible, you don't hit.
Yeah.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Still able to shoot, right?
Oh, you kind of know where it is vaguely, and you can shoot at it. And hey, one of those hit. So he will take his second legendary action. Matu, make me a Constitution save. You take 30 points. It's almost directly overhead you. It is pretty much directly overhead the sphere. Nidox, you're I'll let you make another wisdom save.
You know, I'm watching the events, and Bruner seems to be turning to stone, and I feel like it'd be nice not to hear the bagpipes anymore. But I can't deny that he's a great hand-drawn cart worksman. I mean, I really
Okay,
like
you
that
snap
cart.
out of the charm.
Yay. Viva la cart.
Viva la carte.
That's at the end of my turn, right?
Yes, it is. Okay, Bruner, make me a dex save.
I mean, kind of hard to dodge when my feet are kind of planted to the ground.
No, this is you get to make a deck. It's you get to make two saves to prevent yourself from being petrified. You didn't make the second save to prevent yourself from being petrified.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this seems familiar.
So you are now petrified, unless you have something to pull a rabbit out of a hat. You know, reroll a save. Nothing.
That's what I'm trying to look.
Are you a 9th level fighter?
No, I'm an 8th level.
He took a level of bard. Let me check. You do get to move and take an see. You are restrained, but you can take an action. So until you fail that save. So I'm gonna let you know you need 1 point. If you've got anything that can give you 1 point to your dex save.
I mean, I can give bardic inspiration to myself.
That would work.
I think that's the only thing I really got going for me.
All right, I'll let that stand. You give yourself bardic inspiration. That gives you a 16. That's enough.
We'll go ahead and burn that. Yeah, that's the only thing I can. That would change that.
All right.
The very thought of not being able to play those bagpipes has given him the will he needs.
Literally, last second, you see him just be like, "I refuse," and pull out the bagpipes. You just hear him just. This,
I'll be back in just a second.
yeah, this is the second time Brunner's almost been petrified.
And there was silence.
Okay. That's one hit.
That's it for me, I guess.
3. By the way, Phil agreed. There's big piles of treasure in all these little alcoves. If you wanted to do, get on with the looting.
Ooh, yeah. They don't nearly need me for anything. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna go with the not having any arrows thing again and say, well, I would help, but yeah, I'm gonna roll need on this treasure over here. I will hand our demon over here a potion though. She might want that.
Okay. Let's see. Need to make sure I got one. Okay. So Matt, make me a wisdom save. You are not charmed. Okay, Matt, it's your turn.
Hold my action until it does its next attack.
Okay. And it's turn. Venrus, dex save. You are slowed.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to have you Callista make another dex save, because I forgot you get one at the end of each of your turns. Okay, you're still slowed.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Should have taken that potion I handed you.
I don't trust your potions.
I am hurt. As he stuffs his pockets full of gold, I am hurt.
Can't use the same item twice. Come on. I'd have it attack you, Carrick, but I don't think you've done a single point of damage to it yet.
I hit it with an arrow.
Okay, fine. It hits
And
you with a disintegration ray. Make a DC 16 dexterity save, please.
Spider, that's kind of like the "Are you a god" thing. If the DM says, "Did I ever hit you?" No. Or "Did you ever hit my character?" No, absolutely not. Never once.
So lucky. That's the worst damage roll I've ever seen on that. Instead of 80 damage, only 28.
He knows you've snapped out, so
Can we say it disintegrates his armor?
I'm not cool.
You're gonna get him out of his armor eventually, one way or the other.
They've already done it once.
He's like Kirk. We're gonna get his shirt off eventually. So
Nidox, make me a dex save. You are restrained as your legs start turning to stone.
Hey.
All right. It has gone. Wait a second. Need to do its move. Okay. It's done its move.
Hold my action until I know where he is.
Well, Matt had an action held.
Well, he's taken to doing his attacks before he moves, so that's eliminating our ability to track him. Those of us low on the initiative list. So, is Carrick's sword flaming right now?
Yes, it is.
All right, go stand next to Carrick. Conjure air elemental. Right here.
Right.
No, about here. Okay. It gets to attack immediately. I'm probably only going to get one chance to use it. So just make a guess. I'll have it at about 10 feet up, and it's such a big creature, it's basically a 10-foot cube that it'll be impacting. Use the whirlwind attack. If it's not there, it's not there. So what? And then I'm going to finish my move by going over here. As Nidok said.
Hold your action, Callista.
Callista is AFK for the moment, so yes.
All right. Well, She needs to make a saving throw.
What's she saving against?
What
Dex
is-
to recover from slowed.
Yes. And she makes it.
It's my best roll all night.
And it will use a legendary action. Stay away from Beltor's the Unseen's treasure, you vermin! You need to make a DC 16 con save, filigree.
Well, that's not very nice of him.
When he said something, can those that are holding our action shoot at the area that he's speaking from?
You might not want to do that. Just hold on a second. I'll deal with that in a
said-
second.
You said con save?
Yes, con save.
I really wish you wouldn't. Constitution is not my best score. Ow.
That's okay. You got bunches of healing potions, right?
Yeah, I do. Which is good because I'm going to need them.
Garrett, may want to use the sword. He's right there.
Hey, could you ping that again?
He throws in his action surge.
Those all needed to be made at disadvantage because he's right there, but he's still invisible.
Right, yes, you're right. Sorry about that. Mhm.
So just roll 3 more times. Wow. Kill stealer. Okay, Nidox, make me a dex save.
Nope.
Okay, Nidox is petrified. And that is the end of Beltorch the Unseen.
Totally intended on my part. The whole grabbing the treasure thing was always meant to be a diversion so that you guys could finish him off.
Very well done.
So what can be done for Nidox here?
Well, let's see. Petrification. Condition. Petrified. Petrified creatures. Non-magical object is wearing or carrying into a... It's all... Yeah, it's object. Weight increases by a factor of 10. It ceases aging. It's incapacitated. Cannot move or speak and is unaware of its surroundings. Attack rolls against it have advantage. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Resistance to all damage. Immune to poison, disease, although poison or disease are resistant. Okay, so how do you remove petrified?
Hammer and chisel?
Greater restoration. It's some petrifications only last a while. I don't know which ones this is. Our Jen friends has greater restoration, doesn't she? I'm sure.
Yes, I believe she did actually.
And I do too. I just need to rest to get it.
Greater restoration.
So rather than waste the gens, good graces, we might need that later. You can be a rock for a little bit longer, and let's do a full rest, and I'll get greater restoration memorized and pop it off.
I don't know if I agree with that. I'm pretty hard headed.
Now, don't move, Nitox. We're going to come over here and rest. Now, you just don't move. And
I glare at you in stony silence.
To be fair, you're unaware of your surroundings.
That'll all change when he wakes up and notices the graffiti.
The water dripping onto his forehead, one drop at a time. Drip.
Yeah, if any of us that had color spray before now, we should have already used it.
So are we gonna do a rest or?
Yeah, let's do a rest.
I'm not
But-
moving.
A lot of people are hurt pretty well, and like I say, I need to choose to have this as my ready 5th level spell. So
how many points do you get back on a full rest?
Full rest is all of them. You even recover half of your hit die if you used any. 5e is very nice about full rest.
Well, are we doing a short or a full?
You need a full in order for him to get his spell slot.
That's
set
right.
up.
Before I do that, I drink one of my potions, like right in front of Callista, just so she knows they are trustworthy potions.
That doesn't mean they work.
If it didn't work, why would I be drinking it?
You're
It
drinking.
Look,
Does anybody know if this is good for spill components? Throw a beholder in the bag.
Beholder's a little big to fit the bag.
there are like 8 alcoves of treasure. Throw all that in the bag.
Working on it.
Get started.
I mean, eventually, with all the crap in that bag, it should be getting full.
Bags, and yes, y'all are pretty much full on bags right now.
Well, a lot of the stuff that's in the bags was just kind of throwaway weapons from, garden trash. So you just empty out the bags and sort through and keep the important stuff.
Yeah, get rid of those
Right.
diamonds and stuff and put in some beholder eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
The treasure would be the important thing. That's make sure, shiny things are good.
I want to know who actually sits down and counts all that.
Yeah. For
Me?
1,000 copper pieces.
You want to know who sits down and counts all that? Me. Going 1, 2, 3. What I'm actually doing is 1 for them, 2 for me. 1 for them, 2 for me.
Yeah, the bank tellers, when the adventurers come in with their wheelbarrow of copper, just sigh heavily.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days.
That's right.
You have to put it in one of those machines, that you put the coins in, and got like a little enchanted machine that you stuff all your coins in, and it spits out a voucher for you to take up to the teller.
I actually, you reminded me of a story. So back when cash was a thing, didn't have so many credit cards and such, I spent years filling up a glass jar, a big one, with loose change, and eventually got full. And so and it was so heavy, I had to put it on a wheelbarrow, a dolly, take it out to the truck, and drove it to my bank. And they took one look at that and said, "Here, let's wheel it into the vault, and we're going to need a few days. We'll call you." There's a couple $1,000s too, So yeah, that was nice after 10 years worth of accumulating coins. So
You bought
okay.
a few.
I forget what I got, but yeah, that was long ago. But yeah, it's a thing. That's an actual thing. And you're right. They have a machine that they have to do that. The problem is that they can't just dump it all in the machine. They have to make sure the coins are clean enough, and it's a labor intensive effort, but they're required by the Fed to do it because it's legal currency, and they have to cash it. So that's a thing.
I heard a story about a guy that paid his IRS bill with money that he had kept inside dead fish for a while.
Oh, I remember there was a story of a fellow that paid his parking ticket in nickels, and it came in a package that was so heavy and tripped the metal detector that they had the bomb squad examine it before they opened it.
I was just remembering the other day that Star Wars game we did where we were all just pitching whatever loose change we had in the jar, and whoever had the most ones at the end of the game won it.
Yes.
It wasn't it?
You can take your loose change to Walmart and pay your bill in change because the machines, some of the machines take coins.
What are you doing, Cat? What are you doing, buddy?
That was the.
Hold on. I really like this one pool thing. There should be hell, we got Roll20 here. There ought to be a programmatic way to keep track of that.
What?
Keep track of who gets the most critical failures in a game, and they win a prize.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, that was I think I won that one, although I did not get the quote of the game. That was I'd like to hurt you, but the Jawas have to leave now.
Yeah. Made sense at the time.
Yes. What happens when you critical fail and attempt to speak Gamorrean?
I have to say, Logan's picture definitely looks like one of Matt's cats.
Yeah, he's impressively similar to Oracle here, along with the hat and everything. Oracle is trying to eat my Steam Deck right now. What are you doing, bud?
Okay, so it's not any trouble for y'all to have a long rest and then get Nidox back up.
I look around. Why aren't y'all spread out like I said?
No, you saw the end of the battle. You heard the thump. Yes, we got it.
I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to try the monkey mask on.
The what?
The monkey mask.
It's shaped for or sized for children, which means it should be perfect for me.
So now you look like a monkey.
Okay. That was both disappointing and probably not a bad thing considering what could have happened.
Would you like to buy my monkey? It is a good monkey.
Was that Sprockets on SNL where he's always like, "Would you like to touch my monkey?" Or
No, it was a game. No one lives forever. This guy trying to sell a monkey. And he's trying to sell he's trying to sell it to one of the goons. Would you like to buy my monkey? No, I don't want to buy your monkey. It is a good monkey.
Well, I hope somebody's copying down that. Or I think by this time it's a hopeless cause that we are actually keeping track of them.
I mean, you gotta think how far back it goes in the Discord as well.
Yeah, and it's lots and lots, snogging lots.
Like
It
suits
is
of
what it is.
armor, weapons, and every treasure we find.
so
Because we
you-
haven't had any place to sell it. You know, we just
Yeah, basically we're going to buy a city when we get
We'll be the kings.
it out. You know,
yeah, we're in the city now. It's cheap. You know, we just got to do some renovations and
Yeah.
deal with the frogs and stuff like that. You know.
well,
I mean, I
listen
guess
to-
until we get home, the important thing is stuff like the +1 shield and the scimitar and all those things that might actually be usable by somebody. Obviously not the monkey mask. That was disappointing.
Can I
Let's
take
say-
this shield?
Yeah,
Who
Carrick,
wants
you
that?
need that shield because you just have a basic shield.
Yeah. That scimitar of life stealing. Somebody's gonna enjoy that.
Yes, take the life-stealing weapon. Do it.
Well,
It's as tall as I am, so I think I'm out.
I was gonna say this adventure would be a great lead into a Walking Dead campaign. We are successful. Go back to Cholt's main port city, and no one else is alive. You know, and
well, hey, I was about to say there's an who has the lowest constitution because there's an amulet to help you out.
Well, that's one of the possessed ones, though. It's yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that-
Okay, then
cursed.
it's not me. I was about to say there's a chance it's me, but no, if something might be possessed, it's not me. I am not the person with the constitution of 12. That would not be me at all.
Oh, it just thinks that you should listen to it and do what it says, but it doesn't actually have control.
I barely listen to myself and do what I say.
how's the purple fungus looking?
The purple fungus looks nice and yummy. I mean, it looks fine.
I mean, eyeballs still looking at me.
No, the eyeballs would come out of the fungus and look around, and then they'd go back in. You don't normally see the eyeballs. They would manifest out of the fungus.
Yeah, I was just curious if they stopped happening after the beholder died.
Yes.
Might nibble on a little to see if it tastes better.
No, it doesn't.
Was worth checking.
I think we can call it there. It's 9:45, and
Yeah, that was a long fight.
that was a long fight.
Well, a lot better than it could have.
Yeah. Well, I kept, it's like, okay, this is probably going to be a kill shot. Oh, look, charm. Okay, this is going to be a kill. Oh, charm again.
Yeah, I don't mind the slows. It's like, okay, good. That
So-
used that ray up, I was wondering things like if he looks at somebody that's asleep with his cone on, does that make them wake up? I was like, I don't know.
No, because once they're asleep, it's not a continuing magical effect.
There was
Gotcha.
something that I was worried about, though, at the end. If the anti-magic field had gone back over the druid after summoning the elemental, would have broken concentration on that spell, and the elemental would become aggressive. The elemental doesn't just disappear; he gets mad. So Okay.
Right, that's all we need. We're trying to fight a beholder, and all of a sudden we hear, "You pulled me away from dinner for this. I was having dinner with my family."
Of course, the elemental might choose to try to attack the beholder because it's, probably the most dangerous thing in the room. But after it's done with that, we're next. But yeah,
Do you have fairy fire?
I can get it. It's not on my my normal list.
I was
but
trying
yeah.
to think of things I could do to reveal an invisible guy, and there's like nothing in my spell list I can do about that. I was like, dang.
Yeah, he had invisible made permanent with a wish spell.
Mm, fun.
I did do something to speed the combat up some. While you were inside the area with the polished floor, you were supposed to be making a dex save every time you moved and every time you ended your turn on the floor.
Oh, we're supposed to be sliding around.
Yes. It wasn't a hard, it was like DC 10. But
Oh, we would have wiped. I mean, yeah, with the way we roll.
would have all been falling over. You could have just queued up the Benny Hill theme music.
Could have named that beholder Zamboni.
I don't have the Benny Hill music.
You should get that. Our party tends to need that fairly regularly.
There you go. I got that one.
This is the party TPW constellation music.
Yeah.
There's the Zen Way one with the bait. That one's too happy and upbeat.
That's called Call to Adventure.
All right. The whole call to adventure thing, use who don't know any better yet and are about to, we who are about to die. Now, think of all of the level 1 characters that have been thrown into the meat grinder over the years. And it's actually quite a cruel industry that this adventuring thing has been built. No wonder there's so damn many skeletons in Chult.
Yeah.
That's why you don't make any unnecessary attachments. Come on, Orvex, let's go along.
Orvex is like, that thing nearly killed me. And could somebody do something about this broken arm? I don't think a rest will actually fix that.
I've got a potion right here.
I was knocked down by
It works.
50%, so I feel like she lost a leg.
Let's see. Yeah, Vendrix took a disintegration ray. Orvex took an innervation ray. Doesn't do as much damage as disintegration ray. Has the advantage of it does half damage on a failed save.
I think if you die to disintegration, you just turn into dust, right?
Yes, you do turn into dust.
No resurrection for you. Yeah.
There was a webcomic a while back, and I cannot remember where it was, that they had a character that died so often they carried around a mold of him, and they would just scoop all his ashes into the mold and pour a potion of healing in. And I don't remember what that comic was now, but
Somebody took a death ray that hit him pretty hard.
Tarek took something.
I never got the paralyzing ray. I got a fear ray off, which is hilarious because the fear ray works against, as long as as long as you have line of sight to the target of the fear ray that casts the fear ray on you, you have disadvantage on all ability checks and all attacks. You can't move closer to the target of your fear. Yep. Off of an invisible beholder. I mean, it could have been worse. This could have been his actual lair. This didn't count as his actual lair. He didn't get lair actions. He just got his 3 legendary actions around, in addition to his 3 attacks. So let's see. Cyberpunk next.
Yes. Unless stated otherwise.
Right down. Now, just be well, all. We'll kick.
Y'all have a good one.
Take care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys.
Take care, everybody.
ya.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Night, y'all.
All right.